So you want to roll up
Barbarian! 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 Barbarian!
Well, here's what you need to know. Barbarians are melee frontliners whose power comes from an innate ferocity known as Rage. Rage sends the Barbarian into a berserker fury, coming with its own set of boons and banes. You hit harder, but you get hit more. But those hits don't hurt as much, but you also can't focus. Your Rage is your class, as most of your class feats and features require you to be raging to use. Just keep Twitter open on your character's sending stone so they can get good and angry when they need to. Because their identity revolves around getting mad and hitting stuff, Barbarians are the go-to class for your meathead, combat-heavy players. When you play a Barbarian, you might as well tell your DM, I'm just gonna scroll through Reddit during the boring RP stuff, let me know when it's my turn in initiative. Unless you're doing an intimidation build, then you're bogging down every game arguing why you should be able to use strength instead of charisma to harass yet another shopkeeper into giving you free shit. If you'd like to RP in a way that doesn't make your party rage more than you do, you could start by picking a subclass. Instinct is the source of the Barbarian's rage. Usually either a reverence for a certain type of creature that inspires them to cosplay, or that thing Mark Wahlberg did in The Other Guys where he learns ballet to make fun of guys who do ballet. The instinct you choose gives you a ton of stuff. New abilities, bonus damage, resistances, and anathema. Oh, excuse the fuck out of me for thinking a class all about slaughtering enemies with reckless abandon wouldn't have a moral code. Look, I like my tabletop RPGs the same way I like my steak and sex, but I'm willing to look the other way if you decide to homebrew this out. Better yet, ignore that anathema bullshit altogether by taking the Fury Instinct. Sure, you don't get any special abilities and only one subclass-specific feat, but it's worth it to not be one moral quandary away from losing your rage powers. It also frees you up to try out the bevy of bully feats the Barbarian can take, including my personal favorite, beating a motherfucker with another motherfucker. Animal Instinct transforms your body into something more beastly, granting you a natural attack based on which animal you choose. You can't use real weapons though, so I hope you like getting blue-balled every time your party splits loot. You can pick up Animal Skin for bonus AC, and Animal Rage if you want to completely waste a feat. I'm sorry, but a feat that at best gives you a climb or swim speed and maybe imprecise scent should not be level 8. Only take this feat if you pick Frog, and only pick Frog if you don't mind your party picturing you as a pissed off Lickitung. Thankfully, the actual capstone for your subclass is pretty decent, so don't worry about living out your masculine top furry fantasies ruining your effectiveness in combat. Just kidding, all furries are bottoms. If you're more of a scaly, there's the Dragon Instinct. The gist is, you pick a dragon type, and whether you love it or hate it. If you love it, you have to be its bitch, and if you hate it, it's kill on sight. You're also not allowed to let anyone insult you and get away with it, but you wouldn't be playing a barbarian if forgiveness was in your vocabulary. Or hygiene. But you don't need me to sell you on this instinct. If you're the type of basic fantasy lover who watches isekai anime while crying over your Aragon poster, you've already decided this is going to be your next character. The Giant Instinct turns you into Starting off, you gain the ability to wield weapons one size larger than you, which does not increase their damage. That is the only useful info you will ever get from my videos. Using bigger weapons does make you clumsy, but it makes up for it by giving you the highest bonus rage damage of any instinct. Feats for the Giant Instinct make you grow bigger and increase your range, turning you into a raid boss with enough attack range to make you question why anyone would bother with ranged weapons. Just get longer arms, idiot. Also, the anathema is just icing on the cake. Anyone who's pissed at you could just dare you to lift a house. You don't have to succeed, but you do have to try, and that is beautiful. Spirit Instinct lets you get in touch with your spiritual side. Sorry, let me rephrase that. It lets you touch spirits. You have to ask for consent first, but if they take the first swing, you're free to send them to their final resting place as an ectoplasmic stain on your Greataxe. It also lets you deal more damage to the living and the dead. Your choice. Feats for this instinct let you get advice from ghosts, have ghosts body block projectiles, and even shoot ghosts like a Kamehameha wave. That's a lot of utility for a class whose typical method of crowd control is make the crowd smaller. And that's it. That's all the subclasses. Nope, there aren't any more. I checked. God damn it, fine. We'll do the Superstition Instinct. If I don't sound too enthused about this subclass, it's because it sucks monkey piss. First, the Anathema. If an ally casts a spell on you, you either have to leave the party or lose your rage powers. Oh, but magic items are fine, because your cleric healing you so you don't die clearly makes them a dirty heretic. But a talking Greataxe that bursts into flame on command? Hey, we've all eaten a few too many chili peppers, am I right? Then there's the bonus rage damage, which only increases against creatures that can use magic. You know which other instincts deal more damage to mages? Fucking all of them! I will admit, turning your weapon into a portable counterspell and anti-magic field is nice, and the bonuses to saves and resistances to magic are really strong. But do you really fight mages often enough to make losing out on ally healing and buffs worth it? Unless your group consists of the only 4 other people on Earth who sided with the Templars in Dragon Age, I cannot advise that anyone play this subclass. Overall, if I had to describe the Barbarian in one word, it would be consistency. Flat bonus damage, flat resistances, everything designed to give you a baseline of effectiveness. The class can be as complicated as you want it to be, but no matter what type of Barbarian you build, you're all but guaranteed to be decent at it. Unless it involves reading, because every Barbarian will dump intelligence and insist they're illiterate.